Hello there and welcome to Recon Paint Gaming. I'm Patrick. Today we have a special event for you guys that we were able to record last week in our previous game. So this mission, as you'll see across the top, is much different from some of the other scenarios that we've played in the past. This is a nice little homegrown one that I was able to put together real quick for the holidays. We're running it from December until the end of January because we knew that a lot of players were busy during the holidays, so we decided to allow players to just partake whenever they could. They could opt to play in it or just, meet up with someone and play. But this is the scenario called Saving Life Day. And you'll notice that there are presents around the table rather than the standard scenarios. You can use the scenarios anyways. I just wanted to add some extra flair because what's better than 3D printing presents? So this is going to follow the rule set of the salvage mission with a little bit of a twist. So I was able to create this for our players really quick. So far we've been having a blast with it because the presents can do things like block line of sight from shooting. When you bump into a present, it actually moves rather than running over it. So you actually can bump him out of range of your opponent and such like that. But we're going to go over the lists and then we can go over the rules of Life Day. And I'll even flash them on the screen so that you guys can see them right now. And if you'd like, you can pause to read them. So we're going to go over Kenny's list, which is Scum and Villainy. He's only got 4 ships, but you can see a lot of upgrades. So we got Fenrau with Fearless, Ketsuanyu, yes, the Shadowcaster with the Shadowcaster title, Mandalorian Optics, Overtuned Modulators, Kira and Fearless, Captain Nim making an appearance, in his H6 bomber, the Genius, Fire Control Systems, Havoc, Ablaptive Plating, Bomblet Generator, Veteran Turret Gunner, Ion Cannon Turret, and a Marg Sable Closure. And then we've got Lee Mackay, represent, with Seismic Charges, Proton Rockets, Ion Torpedoes, and Dorsal Turrets. I never get used to Proton Rockets. I always just march right into the Bullseye Arc. So I'm going Separatists because I don't think they are getting enough love anymore. So we've got the Flak Prototype, Afterburners, Contingency Protocol, and Evasion 7 or Sequence 7, Darth Maul with Kraken, Electronic Baffle, Perceptive Copilot, and Malice. We've got Sun Fok, or his other favorite name is something, Gravatic Deflection, Ensnare, and Treacherous. And then we have DFS 081, which Discord Missiles. Those were my fan favorite. Contingency Protocol, Strutlock Override, and DFS 311 with Discord Missiles, Contingency Protocol, and Strutlock Override. Again, this is such an amazing scenario. Plus, I loved the list. That was, I believe, me losing or getting first player, which I don't think we had any overlaps. Except for... Oh, actually, no, we had a lot of overlaps this game because I've got 2 5s and a 6. And there go my droids. So, with this scenario... it's very much like the salvage mission. So every year we celebrate an honored holiday, or a honored holiday, observed by many across the galaxy. This day was marked by the celebration of family, joy, and harmony. Life Day celebration involves a feast and journey to the Tree of Life. Unfortunately, on the way to a planet, several gifts have been jettisoned from a special ship trying to deliver those gifts. It is your job to collect them and help deliver them to the proper owners. So each match played will use the salvage mission with the following exceptions. Objective templates will be replaced by gift boxes. When overlapping a gift with a movement template or ship base, the player that overlapped the objective token may place it within range 1 of the gift's current location. There are other rules to make it sure it doesn't go off the board, and that if it can't be placed, that it just gets placed at range 2 instead. Gift templates do block line of sight. You don't want to destroy Life Day, do you? While attacking any object, if an attack overlaps a gift, you cannot shoot the target. That's different if there's parallels, because then you can choose your line, but if there's only one line to choose and closest point goes through the gift, you cannot shoot back. which we'll go over why that's interesting later. If a bomb or mine overlaps a gift box, upon detonation, the gift may be relocated using a range 1 ruler by the player who placed the device. Other objects, such as remotes, do not affect gift boxes. Setup for gift boxes follows the same instructions as the salvage mission. So we were playing 20 points for 12 rounds, hour and 15, and I provided the gift tokens. So we are already off to a crazy start. I've got some Fock in the lower right corner. I know you can't see him because of the camera angle and also the overlay, but he's right there. We've got the 2 droids facing sideways to the mat. Darth Maul was trying to be my battling ram, so he was going right up the middle, getting ready to punish something. And then the flak droid pretended to want to joust the 3 strongest ships that Kenny had, but it turned in. I do want to make this point. This is our second match. I tried to record the first one, and then I clicked the power button on my phone because I thought I might be clever and save some battery, but apparently that turns off the recording. So it immediately only recorded the first 5 seconds of our first match, which Kenny properly handed me my Tookus. I just wanted to give him credit where credit's due. So I've already lost 1 match. This is our second of the day. And I tried to set up as similar as I could. I made some changes. And if he was like, "Oh, now that you know how I'm going to play, you can beat me." I'm like, "Trust me, I'm not going to beat you." But yeah, we had so much fun. We're still running this scenario for until the end of the month. We definitely suggest that you give it a try. It's not meant to where we're trying to crush each other, but there are moments that are just absolutely hysterical. Because there are moments where initiative comes into huge play to where an I-6 might shoot something that has a gift at a lower initiative and pops the gift off, and I just might put that gift right in the way, blocking line of sight at another ship, which definitely happened. There might be times also to where you are basically just beating a present across the table because you just keep having to run into it and it never gets picked up. Honestly, this does play slightly different because the objectives move rather than staying in place the whole time. So there was no clear cut, I want to say OP. There was there was never a moment to where we thought, well, this is just unfair. It was just tons of fun to play. So we are already into turn 2. I got to make sure that I set this to turn 2. Let's do this. And we are in turn 2. I'll try to keep the points going as well and also damage because I do have the listening into my ear and keep the points as up to date as possible. I'll even try to turn up the volume a bit. So the other great thing is because of course, XWA, the Shadowcaster's on the table. Haven't seen this thing in forever. I even told Kenny I am awful at flying that ship, but even worse flying against it. Because Ketsu can do to where at the start of the engagement phase, he can tractor a ship at range 0 to 1 if both arcs are facing the same direction, and that ship happens to be in it. And then when he shoots, if he hits something, he can assign a tractor token to it. So a very deadly ship. I still think it's great. I think it can make a comeback, but I'm just going to say in its heyday, it was really good. All right, so we are on to the systems phase. I don't think I have any bombs with anything, and he does have a lot of bombs on his side. I do have the Discord missiles, though. Yep, there I am picking up the present. I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of the Discord missiles. They aren't as effective as I had hoped, only because of the way things worked out. They kept shooting them off of things and actually blowing them up rather than, just letting them hit them and keeping them alive. But as you can see, I did just fly one of my ships onto a rock. That was DFS 081, but I was able to spend the lock override. You do get 2 charges, and you're able to just basically sit on an asteroid for that turn. So I was using it for the defense. I was also using it so that I can get just normal action. And then I was probably going to think I could launch some Discord missiles next turn, because Ketsu is quite a big target. We have the Shadowcaster flying through that rock because of, what's her name? It starts with a Q. Queel? No. Kira. Kira lets you fly through an obstacle that you have locked, so he was able to lock that in the beginning and then fly right over it, which that used to be... I can't say used to be. A lot of people started using it in the early days of 2.0 because it was one of the few upgrades that we had at the time. And it was a really cool upgrade, because then you could lock a ship, or lock a asteroid, and then fly over it the next turn, keeping you in, or keeping you from taking damage, number one, but also just giving you lanes that you never could before, especially with players placing rocks and closing up lanes and stuff like that. So it just meant, like, no, my ship's going to go this way, and you can't stop me. There we go. There's my flak coming in. And then there's the Darth Maul. I do have... Yep, there they are. I was looking for them. I needed my force tokens. There we go. And I did not take the title. And I can tell you why I didn't take the title. Because I am terrible at stealth with large base ships. I can count the number of times on my hand that I've tried to decloak and failed, and that is also the number of times that I've taken the title on that ship. It's only been a few, but no matter how many times I practiced it, I would always fail my decloak and then end up not having a ship shooting that entire turn. There he is. So I believe I took a target lock on Nim. Yep, and is Fen going to go after my flak? The problem is that present is there. If he boosts, that present might be blocking line of sight to him. And that's basically what he's debating, because, if I boost there, am I going to hit the present? And if I don't hit the present, is it going to block line of sight to that flak droid? So now he's debating on what to do. And that's why I don't prefer it. I just really enjoyed this scenario for what we were running. Yeah, and now he's sad that he didn't take the 5 straight and go right into Maul. Which, let me tell you, you don't want to be range 1 of Maul either. And still debating. Alright, so he is opting to barrel roll. The great thing about the flak droid is, at the start of the engagement, if there is a ship in his bullseye, he gets a free calculate, which I was hoping he would do. I think I also had Nim at the same time, so I wasn't too worried. But the other thing is, I like that because then the flak can take a target lock, which is great. And then gets, keeps a calculate from the Kraken ability with Maul, and then I get another calculate, which basically means I just have full mods. The flak droid is my favorite separatist ship by far at this moment. And the previous list I had 2 flak droids, but I found that trying to pick up that many presents with with Maul did not work, and I was losing objectives. All right, so I am opting to take the tractor to rotate forwards and then also boost forward 1, because I didn't think I'd be in range of Ketsu, but even if I was, I had 3 dice because it was range 3, even with the tractor. And, I was maybe hoping to, hey, try to shoot over here at my Nantex. Yep, so there is DFS getting a calculate because of its ability, which is not a charge-based ability. I'm actually blown away by that. All right, here come the Discords. And so here's where I think I should learn a bit harder. So I shouldn't have put that Discord there, because then that's basically, if nothing's in range for Nim, he just gets to free shoot at my Discord and then gets them off the table without even me using them properly. So I think I should have waited one more turn and then launched the Discords. Yeah, so Fen is opting to go for Maul. It is range 3. Looks like 3 hits. So spending 1 and then taking 2 shields. Which is not good for Maul. I was hoping it would have rolled more paint. And I'm debating on spending this, because this is now Nantex into Ketsu. And that's me not spending it. And I believe you rolled 2 evades, so I was happy I didn't spend it. Alright, he has 2 gifts. I think I was able to pick up 2. Alright, and I believe this is Nim going into... Oh, look at that. 2 evades from Maul. And see, now this is where he's going to double tap because he's got Veteran. And he blanks out! That was luck. That droid should have... Those Discord droids should have died. Yeah, so range 3 into Maul again. And I said I love 2 dice on Maul in an opening joust. And I'm debating on spending the Force because I do want to double tap this turn. So I'm taking 2 shields just so that I can double tap. Again, I don't think that was the right call. I should have spent 1 more Force. All right, so Flak going into Fen right there. And I only rolled 1 focus, and I spent it to just miss. And now here comes Maul. And this is what's funny. I take the target lock on Nim, I roll 3 natties. So 2 hits on Nim. And now I'm debating on whether I want to double tap this turn. Because Maul has an ability to where he can spend 2 Force, and if he missed his attack, he can shoot at the same ship. If he didn't miss, he can choose a different target. And I really wanted to shoot at Fen. And I opted not to. I wanted to save him for next turn. Which then begs the question, why didn't I spend the Force on defense? Alright, so Nim took another 2 shields from that little droid. And if you're wondering how could he shoot, it's because of the ability to let me shoot while on a rock. Let me pull up that one real quick first. Yeah, they have Strut Lock Override, which is at the start of the activation. You may spend 1 charge if you do ignore obstacles while you are moving through them this... Oh, wait. I don't know how I... Oh, maybe... You know what? I might have just cheated there. Unless I barrel rolled off of it. I think I'm still on top of it. I think I cheated there. I wasn't allowed to shoot with that droid. And that's okay. I might have missed something or misunderstood what I did. Or maybe my ship's not on the rock as I thought. Alright, so we're now going to head into the next turn so I can do scoring there. So we're on that. I believe we have... Yep, so I only have 1 present. And Ken had 2, so he is already ahead in saving life day. While I am behind. And here I am explaining Tractor, because not a lot of ships recently have had abilities to Tractor because of standards, so you're starting to see Tractor come back a little bit more and more. With basically what happens, and we've done a video on it, in order to become Tractor, it's just like ionization. You have to have 1 token for a small ship, 2 for medium and 3 for a large in order to be considered tractored. So he was wondering if my Nantex flew up and rotated its arc, gave itself a tractor, and then pushed its tractor token to Ketsu to ensnare him, would he be tractored? And the answer is no. I would need 3 tractor tokens on Ketsu in order to consider him tractored. So having like a medium or large base ship kind of shuts down Sunfok, because also I don't get an extra attack die, and I don't get to reroll a defense die because that ship is not tractored. Which is why basically I'm sticking around Fen and then also the Y-Wing as well. Because that's why the Nantex is going after the Y-Wing, because I'd rather tractor that thing. That way I reduce its agility. I can then try to wipe it out, but because it's tractored, I get other abilities on top of it. As you can see, I am sitting there picking my brain, trying to figure out what to do with Maul. And it looks like I've chosen. Oh no, that was for one of the drones, or droids rather. Now I'm trying to debate Maul. And yeah, if you ever play against me, just wait to see which dial I set last. Usually that's the one I'm the most unsure about. A little insider gaming if you ever get a chance to play me. As you can see, I picked up Maul's dial. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this guy. And I put it right back down. Because I usually like to set ones that I know quick. That way I don't have to waste time with those. They're quick and easy decisions. And then I'll go back and give more time to the one that I'm struggling with. Yeah, because the decision I'm making with Maul is, do I go 1 forward? Do I 1 bank at Fen? Is Fen going to turn into me? Or is he going to go around that rock to the outside and stay away from close combat? Because you might think, oh, Fen's going to come in and try to erase Maul. But if for some reason everything gets jammed up, then Fen's in trouble. And also that flak droid is right there. So if Fen decides to come in, that flak droid can either block him or come up right behind him and end Fen's day. Because it can happen. The flak droid has 3 attack dice native. Again, I'm taking target locks because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a calculate. I'm going to keep a calculate because of Kraken. And worst case scenario, I can also take evade tokens with the flak droid. And I can barrel roll and then take an evade. And even though it's red, if I'm near an obstacle or an objective, it turns it white. It's a really crazy good ship. I don't know. I can't say. I don't know why I don't see more of it. I don't know if it's as established as other ships are for the meta. All right, here we go. Yeah, you also know that all my small base ships are nowhere near Ketsu's front arc. Because I really hate that tractoring ability, even though I'm taking a ship that can tractor. All right, so Nim is deciding to drop a bomb. And he's asking about the present. So yeah, the present will stay where it was. However, once that bomb explodes, if it's near the rock, it will end up moving the gift. And he can use that to his advantage. He can keep the gift coming with him, or he can push it further away so that it makes it harder for me to pick it up. Oh, there's Ketsu using Mandalorian Optics, which I know we actually have an ability to... Yep, Mandalorian Optics. He is down 1. Nim then dropped a bomb. Which bomblet generator? Which I'm going to test out Miranda with bomblet generator, because I would love her just regenerating bombs all day and blowing them up. Because she can regenerate shields, regain a bomb, and spend that shield. Attack, regain that shield again. Alright, there goes my little droid buddy. Alright, so I'm debating whether to target lock here. I'm not sure why. Yeah, because at this point, I really want to erase Nim. because I've pumped already so much damage into him. And I know Ketsu is dangerous on the first joust, but then after that, I've placed the rocks so it's not easy for them to 4K. He's going to have to make a decision. You can see he's target locked that rock over there as well in the dead center middle. So you can see that he's going to try to come that way and erase my Nantex here. Yep, so Ketsu is opting to ditch Maul and go after my little Nantex there. Which he should. That thing is really annoying. It is a 5-point ship, but it's also an ace. And here comes, and again, oh, those proton rockets. I completely forgot that the thing has proton rockets, and I didn't think anything of it for Maul just hanging out right in the middle. There we go. That's me. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Fen. And I told him, you can put the ship anywhere you want at this point. Yeah, so you can see I have 3 locks on Nim. I really wanted to erase him this turn. Oh, and here I am doing a 3 bank. Now, I can tell you, the reason I was doing the 3 bank is because I was hoping to smack into Ketsu and not bump into Nim, but Ketsu banked out of my way. And I was hoping that if I smacked into Ketsu, then I'll have a range 1 shot at the bomber. So unfortunately, I did the wrong call because I didn't think a 1 straight would be enough to bump into Ketsu here. So Kenny basically did a great bait and switch on me. Yep, so here comes Fen. That's why he didn't really bother or care about me bumping into him. And he's going to crash right into my flak droid. All right, and then we're going to start combat as soon as the Nantex moves. Yeah. So I really wanted to do the 3 straight. I didn't know what type of room I would have afterwards. I should have did the 4 straight, honestly, because then I could have tractored myself to the left and gone around that rock. And I was debating, I've got you an arc. And also we're deciding on when things trigger, because mine's at the start of the engagement, while his is... or I'm sorry, it is... And I want to go over this timing, because it's really important. With Sun Fok and Ensnare, he can pass a tractor off, but it is... Where's Ensnare? Nope, that's enduring. Is it a modification? No. Yeah, I thought it was a talent. There it is, Ensnare. At the end of the activation phase, if you are tractored, you may choose a ship in your arc and at range 0 to 1, transfer that. While Ketsu is at the beginning of the engagement phase. So that way, unfortunately, I can tractor myself, but I can't give the one that Ketsu gives me back to him, which I would have loved. So yeah, he's going to tractor me. I asked him if he wanted to reposition me, which is why I also repositioned myself. There we go. And I'm going to take also that free calculate from the flak droid's ability. And we are going to get started. Yep, so Nim is actually going to prevent this bomb from exploding because he realizes there's nothing up there. And that's why I love Nim's ability. Basically, he can just delay fuse, or yeah, do a delayed fuse from almost anywhere on the map. There you go. So I put a fuse on there. Yep, Maul is out of range 1 of Fen, which that's why I put all those droids there to prevent that. I really didn't want Fenrau coming in and eating him up. Okay, I guess I missed that rock. That's why the droid could shoot. So I didn't land on this rock up here, and I was able to shoot. I must have barrel rolled off of it. Alright, so the Discord missiles went off. I was able to put it in the front of Ketsu, and those things can immediately start eating down his shields. Alright, so here's Fen going into this droid here. And also Fearless. So immediately 5 hits, that's a dead droid. Alright, so he is gone. I don't think I rolled any green or paint. And there goes that lock, which that did save him a lot, because that's a shot that Nim wouldn't have to take. Nim can now put a shot somewhere else, and then a shot that's not returning at him either. So here we go. Sunfok is going to shoot at Ketsu. I only get 3 dice. And I'm definitely not going to spend the focus this turn. I shouldn't spend the focus. And that is where I said F it and decided to shoot. And he takes 2 shields. And I'll say the quick decision there was I wanted a crit to go through on Ketsu, because those Discord droids are going to be sitting there pretty. In a tournament play, I never would do that. So here we go. We've got Ketsu shooting back. And this is where... Oh. Yep, only 2 because he didn't get Fearless. Only 1 crit goes through. And Stunned Pilot. And that is the perfect crit for Sunfok, because... And now I'm asking him if he wanted to reposition me, because he didn't. I knew he didn't, but I wanted to at least offer it to them. Yeah, because I knew I was not going through that rock next turn. And I wasn't going to be stressed. I had no idea if I was going to survive that onslaught from Ketsu. I just got lucky. Well, I won't say. I got statistical with the dice. Because he had to have that rock locked. So hit and then crit. And direct hit. And that's all into Maul. Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. I have damage sensor array, and then I had a direct hit as well. And here's the range 0 from Nim. Only 1 crit. And another crit. Weapons failure. Oh, and now he's going to use Veteran Turret Gunner from Nim to shoot at the Buzz Droid. And right here, he just needs 1 damage. And he gets him. And see, that's why I think I should have waited with that Buzz Droid 1 more turn. Because that way he wouldn't have been able to shoot at it with the ion cannon. Or ion turret, rather. Alright, and... Yep, spending both calculates on Nim. So hit, crit, crit into Nim. And now he shuffles. It's just stacking the deck. It's easy. Damaged engine and loose stabilizer. Yep, and he doesn't have a gift. So that is 3 health left on Nim. I was really hoping that I had the droid there to shoot at him, but alas, he killed him. And now I'm debating what to do with Maul, because I don't want to take that range 0 into Nim. I can use that as my second shot. Yeah, and also weapons failure means I'm only getting 2 dice on Nim. I mean, in retrospect, the correct answer is the Shadowcaster. I should shoot Ketsu, and then I should take a second range 0 shot into Nim. Yes, going into Ketsu, range 1, I only get 3 dice. And, of course, only 1 hit. And he blanks out. And now I'm spending the force so that I can go range 0 into Nim. 1 hit. And he spends it for 0. Oh, actually, no, he's already spent that focus. So he takes 1 more damage into Nim. Yeah, so that guy's going to try to shoot range 3. I don't have anything for modifications. 1 hit. And 1 evade. So yeah, Fen killing that droid here was perfect. Because that made it to where Nim lived. Because chances of Nim living was not high. And I'm trying to look for Maul's ability, because it is after you perform an attack, you may spend 2 force to perform a bonus primary attack against a different target. If your attack missed, you may perform that bonus primary against the same target instead. Yep. I'm going to take Perceptive Copilot off of Fen. I don't think it's a good use for him. I might put someone else on there and allow more force. I'm going to reconfigure that. Because I'm finding the more that I use Maul, the less I use those focus. Because I was hoping that I would use those as defense at the range 3 shot, but it never came up. Because I'm ending up target locking something and then trying to rip into it, which is hard for a large base ship to shoot at something at range 3 and then not bump it at the next turn. All right, so that is going to end the turn. So, Ken has 1 gift. I think I still have 1. Yes, I still have my little droid over there with 1 as well. So the score currently is 4-8. And I think this is where I learned that if I don't play my cards right, Maul's going to die, because we still have that bomb up here that's going to go off next turn. Nim can drop a bomb, and it's going to go off this turn as well. It also had a lot to do with who moves first. And I really wanted Maul to live 1 more turn in order to do 1 more round of shooting. And also, I was a fool because I stressed focused, which I shouldn't have. But I did. I definitely... I am enjoying the electronic baffle to get rid of stress for those occasions, but unfortunately I'm down to 1 health. Oh, I should be down to 1 health, sorry. Yeah. There we go. So I can't, because I wanted to do a K turn, I couldn't. Plus the Y-Wing has bombs anyways, so that option was out. So I knew like all this was happening, and I was like, there's no way that Maul can move. My only option is to bump into Nim, and that's if I move first. So I was really hoping that I won player 1, and then I basically put in a 1... bank to the right to make sure I didn't go anywhere, and that way I couldn't be harmed by bombs. The only issue is I probably would have no target in my arc. All right. Oh, and I think we forgot to do Ketsu, because he should be getting another crit from those buzz droids. Because those happen at initiative 0. Oh, unless I missed it. Oh, I think I missed it. And it looks like console fire, believe it or not. I don't know. I can see the crit right there. I just don't know what it is. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so here we go. So I won first player. I get to move first, which is exactly what I was looking for. And this is where I was like, bombs? Because that's the other thing. I will try to use someone's bombs against them, so I'll always mention bombs. And that's also a nice friendly reminder, because I don't want someone to miss out on an opportunity. But if I can use your bombs against you, you bet I will do it. Because I knew Maul wasn't going anywhere, and if all of a sudden they just did one forwards, they're going to hit themselves with their own bombs. I know Nim can delay the fuse for one turn. And then I was hoping that like maybe Nim would also get hit, or not Nim, Fen Rao would also get hit, because he might be turning in, and I created a huge mess. So that's a bomblet generator up there, by the way, not thermals. No, I don't have any systems phase. There we go. So there's a target lock under. Basically, he's using Mandalorian optics to target lock Mr. Sun Fok. There we go. I did not bump Maul, which I was very happy about. I don't remember if I... Oh yeah, we're doing the barrel roll and then taking a calculate. Because right here, basically, I am trying to block Nim from escaping. I want Nim to suffer his own bomb. So I don't go anywhere. I clear my stress. I don't know why I'm taking the focus here. I shouldn't be. I have force. I'm not going to need it for defense. So... yeah, there's the flak droid. And so this is also another important part. I asked him to mark Nim because I want to make sure I didn't hit Maul. Yep, so I am overlapping Maul. And that means I don't get my bump calculate. I have to roll to see if I suffer damage for bumping my own ship. And then there's that bomb up there that I could suffer from. And I do take a damage. So the flak is already down to 2 health, which is big on that ship. I really can't take any sort of damage. Okay, doing Ketsu. And doing the 5K. And this I was happy about because he is now really far away. I knew where my Nantex was going to be, so I didn't really mind. And that is a seismic that Lima dropped. So I don't mind the 1 damage on Sunfox, so the 1 heart here, and then doing the tractor barrel roll, or possibly even tractor barrel rolling forwards. Yeah, so here we go. There's the bump into the Y-Wing. Yeah, it's not going to be affected by the seismic either. He's way too far away from the rock, because it's not the bomb. The bomb will go to this rock, and that rock will blow up. But yeah, this is me trying to keep Maul alive 1 more turn. So yeah, there we go. That was the 3 straight from Nim. I blocked him perfectly. Kept him range 0 of Maul. And so now I get to move my Nantex. The Y-Wing is exactly where I want it to be. which I'm doing that. I'm going to rotate my arc, tractor myself forward. I now have that thing in my bullseye. I'm going to tractor that Y-wing. Like, finally the game's going my way. And all it took was jousting Ketsu and taking a bomb. There we go. And now Fen. He was the other one that I had no idea what he was going to do. Was he going to keep coming in and bumping? Or is he going to finally bypass, which he does? I was very thankful he didn't. Because maybe he thought Nim and the Y-Wing were going to wipe up Maul. Or I would overfly him and bombs would get him. But now Maul is not in his arc, so, I mean, pour one out for another droid, but hey, that's what they're there for. They're 2 points each. Alright, we're about 45 minutes into the round. I don't believe we went to time on this. But again, it was such a fun game. Yeah, so I started laughing. I was like, so, are you using Nim's ability to keep that bomb alive, or are you going to let me suffer damage onto my flak, and then maybe Maul if he's in range? And also, I get to roll dice, so he could be killing my flak right here as well. Which is why it was so terrible that I bumped my own ship. Oh, and it looks like whatever the crit was with Ketsu, he flipped it down, so it doesn't matter. So, ablaptive plating, he still takes one more damage on Nim. He could have, with ablaptive plating, luckily, he didn't kill himself. And he wants to keep this bomb alive. Which, someone can leave a comment below with ablaptive plating. I'm not sure if you can spend more than one charge on a bomb. So I took no damage on my flak. I rolled 2 focus. So there goes that bomb. This bomb, he gets to choose which rock it goes to. Oh, and it looks like he may be getting his Y-Wing. I didn't think it was range 1, but he's double-checking, which is good on him. Alright, yep, so not within of the Y-Wing. And here goes the seismic. So he's going to hit this rock. That's definitely going to hit Mr. Sunfok. So now he's at half. But that's the thing with Sunfok. He's so tough. Which I'm immediately transferring the I don't know why I was debating this. Maybe to go to Nim, but there was no reason for that. Because, I mean, I wanted to kill Nim. Yeah, it's not going to do anything, so I'd put it on the Y-Wing because it reduces its agility at least. Now I'm measuring to see if he's in my front arc. Because I still want to kill Nim so that I can initiative kill him. He won't be able to shoot at my droid or shoot at Maul. I want to make him work for this kill with that Y-Wing. Oh, and now we're looking for his target lock, which I know I grabbed it earlier. And for some reason, I don't know how it got moved, but probably I didn't move it with my ship, and then when he did the 4 or 5K, he took it off the board. All right, so here is 4 dice, I think. Yep. And we're going to spend it to definitely kill Mr. Nim. And Nim is off the table. Yeah, Fen is going to stay on, or Nim stays on the table till Fen shoots, but... And here comes... Here it is again. Auto kills another drone. And I will tell you, he did that in our first game too, to where he Fen came up this side of the table, my little droid came up this way, and he one-shot the droid, or the droid right off the table. So there are two shots, 2 kills. Because that's what Fen does. Yep, there we go. So now the flak is going to go into the Y-Wing now that Nim is gone. It is range 1. I don't have any mods, so we're just rolling some dice. Oh, I did have... Oh, no, I did have one, so hit crit. I forgot. Yes, and I'm telling him you don't get any dice because you're tractored. So Lima takes 2. And now Maul takes his shots. Yeah, 2 dice again because I have weapons disabled. And I roll 1 hit, which goes through because he's tractored. Yep, now it should be the Y-Wing going into Maul. He only needs 1 hit and he's toast. Yep, so I'm measuring correctly because if that went that way, it would go through line of sight. So I'm going to get 3 dice if he decides to shoot into Maul. And he could also go into Nim, but Nim is going to get 4 dice as well. And I still have my focus. Yeah, and now he's debating. Sunfox at 2 health. Maul is at 1. I mean, the correct answer is Maul. Because it is harder to push through 2 damage into Sunfok. Because basically each one of them is rolling almost the same amount of dice, but 1 less with Maul. And you only need 1 damage on Maul, rather than 2 on Sunfok. And he does have the target lock on Sunfok as well. So I needed some good dice. And 1 damage. I'm not sure why I didn't roll 1 more on Sunfok.
No, I'm not. Come on, baby. No.
And I rolled 3 evades. Oh, I'm sorry. So it looked like the Y-Wing shot at Fen, or at Sunfok first, and I took 1 damage. And then Ketsu fired, and I rolled 3 perfect evades. So Ketsu takes another. Yeah, and as we said, all the presents are on the board. Yeah, Maul is still alive, which I just said. I did not expect him to be here. I think he has disabled power regulator on Ketsu. And we are on to turn 5. So we're about 53 minutes left, or into the game. We've got about 25 minutes left. And so as it stands, Fen is untouched. Ketsu was suffering those crits because of the Discord, so he is now down to 5. And Captain Nim is gone. Lima is suffering, down to 5. But meanwhile, Sunfok is down to 1. Maul is down to 1. And I've got 1 flak droid left with 2 health. And this is where I say, I really wish I could electronic baffle. Again, I don't know why I bumped and took the focus with Maul and stayed stressed. But, like, that's the whole point of doing leagues like this, so you can get practice in, learn where you made your mistakes. Because, again, I didn't know that they were going to bump me. I didn't know I was going to be first player so that I could bump Maul. But I definitely didn't. What was the focus going to do for me on defense, really, when I have the Force? And that way it would open me up for actions later on, like flipping over weapons failure. Yeah, so I'm just checking to make sure it's still recording because I didn't. I kept doing that during the match too, because you know, fool me once and then fool me twice. Shame on me. Yeah, and I was now looking at Lima because I did not want to get hit with another seismic. I couldn't afford it. So it was important that Fen get away from that rock. Same thing. I don't know what I did with the flak droid to keep away from that rock, and also, I think I made then the realization that if he dropped a seismic, that meant that Maul was going to immediately die, and there was nothing I could do about it. Because Maul couldn't go right because that bomb was going to explode up in the top. It's still there. If Maul came this way, Ketsu's going to clean him up as long as he moved slow. And like the only benefit for Maul right now is the fact that he's still there and prevents Fen from turning in or the Y-Wing from just doing a simple one straight. So at this point, I knew Maul was toast. Alright, and I think it's me that's taking the last minutes to set my dial. Because I really didn't know what to do with, I believe, Nim. Or, sorry, I keep saying Nim. It's Sunfok. I didn't know what to do with Sunfok. Oh, actually, Kenny's the one admitting that he's not ready. Never mind. I thought it was me. Even though he has all of his dials down. Alright, and it looks like he's deciding what to do with Lima. Okay. That's why I love League Night more than tournaments. Only because people pull out the moves that you least expect. And this is where the practice just comes in. Yep, so here comes the seismic. I'm laughing because, of course. And that's where I knew Maul was going to die. There was nothing I could do for him. Like, I really, really wanted to do the 5K. I didn't think that would get me out of the range of the bomb. It would get me out of the range of the rock, which is why I have no idea why I took that focus at range 0. Yeah, this is just me doing that because it didn't matter.
Doesn't get any actions. But he's gonna die. Alright. My flak.
Yep, here is the flak, because I really didn't want to get hit by that bomb. Or hit by the rock, rather. Yeah, so I'm just going to take that. I think I was, I'm going to get hit by the rock anyways. I can't boost out of there, and I wanted to be behind Fen. So I'll take one more damage and pray. Yeah. And there is Lima.
It's okay. We've been bumping each other all day. I accept.
Which I was very surprised. Because that means he's going to get hit by his own bomb as well. I mean, he could push it off to the upper rock in the corner if he didn't want to take another damage. Yeah, he wants to pick up a box with the Y-Wing.
What's in the box?
There we go. Rotating the arc backwards. He's the one that nudged my ship. I knew it. You'll see why in a minute. But then again, This was such a crucial moment in the game to where I didn't have a wing or a prayer, and then because what happens next, my hopes of winning were shattered.
Not gonna get killed, but
Because right now it is 12-10. It's still like ridiculously close. And I think even Ketsu's going to get hit by that bomb. Yeah, and now he's debating on what he should do, if he should take a target lock in either Sun Fok or the Flak Droid, depending on where they're going to be this turn. Because again, taking out Sun Fok is a lot of points. The Flak Droid is only 4, but that's also a crucial piece that's off the table for me. Yep, so picking up the present with the Y-Wing. And then this is when the worst thing happens. And I bump Mr. Fenn, which means I can't take a tractor to rotate my arc. Or rotate my arc to take a tractor. So my arc is stuck forwards. I can take the focus. It's not going to really do anything for me but defense. He is basically a dead piece this turn, which I really needed his offense. And I really needed to tractor Fenn Rao this turn. Because I would have definitely boosted him forwards, so he couldn't do exactly what he's about to do. So he does bump my flak, thank goodness. But I really wanted to tractor him one forward so he would turn right and be stuck like right in front of my flak droid. And then also I could shoot at him out the side with Sun Fok as well while he's tractored, because that's just the best. So he's going to take the stress focus. I believe I do get the free calculate with my droid, if I remember. Yep, so I get a free calculate because the bullseye. The bomb goes off.
I don't think the flak gets it.
So Lima does. The flak gets hit again.
Oh, does Fenn get it?
Fenn is just out. Which I almost regret blocking him. And then there goes Maul.
This goes away.
And we even forgot to move the present because we're supposed to move it because the bomb goes off. But it's okay. It's a new scenario that we just created, so we're going to make mistakes. Yeah, and that's when I say I wish I could have done the 5K.
Finally did.
Yeah, that bomb goes off, doesn't do anything. And Fenn then gets to shoot. He can go right into flak. It is now 18 to 10. Yeah, so the flak lives.
How much health does he have left?
So Lima has 5 left, so I'm going to basically pour into Lima. Because Fenn gets the Concordia, I'm good. Also, I get an extra die.
Let's do it. Blood for the blood gods.
So,
Hit crit.
so it takes hit crit. It's going to immediately drop. Fuel leak on Mr. Lima.
Alright, so we've got a few going on. So
Yep. And then Ketsu firing away at the flak at range 2. I'm already prepping my dice.
Flak, R-Fok. So I've got some R-Fok and some Fok.
Yeah, and this is where I'm making fun of the names because it's Sun Fok and Flak. Arfok. One crit? Two evades. So no damage into the flak. He survives for one more turn. Yep, and then here's Lima shooting out the back. So only one hit. And one evade. And because Maul's off the table, I don't get to keep my calculates on my droid anymore. Which, yeah, Ketsu still has one, so he scores one more. And I don't have any, so it is now 19-12. And we are on to turn 6. And we're 1 hour, 5 minutes. So basically, this is the last turn. Like, I have to now bump the the presence off of Ketsu and make sure that no other ship has a present on it in order to win, and also not lose any ships whatsoever. Yeah, we had so much fun during this game while we're pouring over the dials. Thank you, everyone, for all the likes and support. We'll keep making videos like this. Eventually, I will get videos up live and running for X-Wing on Thursday nights, because we are going to have another league coming up, and we're just going to make it a standard league, because I do want to run a tournament during Worlds, so that way if you can't make it to Worlds, you can at least make it to our tournament. And I have to submit that to make sure that that day is open for us. And it's going to be great. I've already got so many prizes lined up, so many extra ships and stuff that I'm going to give away, dials, range rulers, alternate art cards, the whole shebang. And even if we can't have it exactly during Worlds, we will definitely make sure to where we have it around Worlds. Because I would even like to have another computer up playing Worlds in the background, like possibly on one of the TVs, because there are TVs up on the wall that we can use. All right, so we are set.
I have won the day.
And I finally, I win first player again.
I have no choice.
And there goes my flak droid going after Mr. Ketsu, because that's the ship I have to knock that present off of. I'm definitely taking target lock and hoping that it's doing like a one bank or one forward. I don't even know if it's going to be my arc this turn to give me a calculate. And unfortunately, he's removed all of the rocks. I could have barrel rolled and evaded, but yeah, so here he goes. He's going to bump me. I also know he can tractor me and move me off of his arc, so I know that I'm going to get a shot at him one way or the other. I just get to shoot first, so I may have a chance of pumping crits into him.
You could track me. Track you and then still shoot you, and then move me that way.
All right, Lima trying to go, and I'm not gonna lie, I was very happy that he was doing this, because Sunfok was able to. I believe I did the one hard turn, because I didn't. I don't know. I could be wrong as well, or I went around. Okay, that's what I did. So I did the 3 bank. Because, and this is where he goes, oh shoot, I completely forgot, because I'm gonna do the rotating the arc. I'm gonna tractor myself to the right. And then I'm gonna barrel roll right next to Lima. Yeah, and that's when he goes, shoot, I forgot I could do that.
Tractor, focus. I've still lost the game. Now I'm just trying to collect points.
Yeah, and I already told him I lost this game. I'm just trying to collect points. If you guys have been watching this far, if you see us do anything wrong, definitely leave comments below on what, rules we did wrong. Because now I'm starting to think if I did the tractor that I could slide him forward and backward. I can't remember. I think with the tractor I can just move him sideways. Yeah, and now Fen is thinking, because I don't have any arcs on Fen, does he just take a present and take the win?
This guy when you curve because I have to go speed 2, and so I'm just gonna crash into
I know, and everything was
or myself. So
exactly where it was for things to start bumping. was why I wanted to do the one heart. And you were here, and I couldn't.
All right, we're just gonna pick this.
Yep. So he is going to pick the present up with Fen to guarantee the win, because even if I do end up killing Lima, that's only going to be 4 points, which will bring me to 16. And I'm just making sure that I can't get him any closer. And so there we go. Yep.
Calculate. You can now tractor if you'd like.
Yep. So I took the calculate with the flak. He's going to decide whether he wants to tractor me and then barrel roll me. Yep. So he barrel rolls me, so that way I'm not in his arc. Reduces my agility. I have 1 health left on that little guy, so chances are I'm not going to survive. And here comes Mr. Sunfox with 4 dice.
You have what?
Oh, yeah, there he goes. So he's remembering his action with Mr. Ketsu. So yeah, I get 2 dice for my arc, 1 because it's range 1, and another 1 because you're tractored. So,
2 paint? Really one. War 1 crit.
yeah, I need.
Okay, I got it.
So, yep, I got enough. I got 3 hits.
3 hits.
And that's going to kill the Y-Wing. So that bumps me to... Oh! Wait. Oh, it's because it's giving me half points. I apologize. So I'm sorry. It's because I didn't choose a scenario that it's giving me halves. So now it's 14. So I'm going to spend the target lock and pray.
There we go.
And we're going to spend it for hit, crit.
Double kill.
And hope that I kill... There's no way I'm going to do 5 damage, but...
You're fine.
And a fuel leak.
2 damage left.
So he's fine. So Ketsu survives with 2. Oh, man, if only... if only Maul survived 1 more turn, I would have had Ketsu too. Because, yeah, this was an all-out battle royale, and I loved every minute of it. So here we go. 4 dice back into him. I can't survive that. He definitely gets my flak and kills him.
That's 4 points in action.
And that is going to be game on turn 6. So I didn't even think I had 14 points because it gave me half for Ketsu. So actually, if I put this back, will it fix it? No. Okay. Redo that. Oh, there we go. Oh, that worked. All right. So it was actually 21 to 11. Let me bump up him again.
No, I can't. Because, of course, the only thing I would do...
All right. Yeah. So he's still at 19. Oh, yeah. He's still at 19. And there we go. So, yeah, he scores 1 more point for the basket. And I'm down to 11 points. So that was an amazing, awesome game. Thank you, Kenny, for letting us record it and post it. Thank you, everyone, for watching and supporting. Definitely leave a comment below. Like and share the video as well so that others can see it. Yeah, and this is if we go another turn, what would happen. Yeah, my arc is already sideways, so I would have to be that way. I couldn't shoot at him. I'm just going over what would have happened if we went 1 more turn, and it wouldn't have mattered. But you guys can try out the Life Day. I'll definitely leave the notes in the comments or description, so that way you guys can play it if you like. It is tons of fun. You can easily find any STL present that you can then 3D print at home. Or just go to a store and like buy something like a dollar store or something, or make some out of Play-Doh. It really doesn't matter because it's all for fun. And I'm going to be giving away prizes at the end of this. The one last comment I will make is, for some reason, these presents are a big hit with Marvel Crisis Protocol. So if you play MCP, let me know what you use these for, because I honestly have do you use them as objective tokens? Because I got to know. But yeah, I'll leave these at the store for people to play with, because I don't, they're just for fun. And we'll keep you guys posted on more content. I'm going to create more videos next week and then try to record another game. All right. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, have a good one.